that's basically Tobias saying he want all the smoke. Yeah, y'all get loud. I can hear y'all. I hear that. Then later in the game, Tobias made a field goal and the crowd did a normal applause. It wasn't no whooping, like getting up on our feet. It was a normal, traditional after a bucket, you know, clap. And Tobias said, the camera zoomed in on Tobias. Tobias said, don't beep and clap. Don't beep and clap. What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Simone with the SIXERS. I'm Simone, bringing you guys a daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here, you haven't already subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out my links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, and shout out to everyone who has recently bought me coffees. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the SIXERS merch collection. Get you the classic tee or the wavy tee that I've been rocking lately. And lastly, guys, turn your notification bells on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. And you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump in right to the news today. It's kind of with the basketball season. You guys know I'm pretty much be compiling my videos into some news videos. So we got a lot of stuff to get into when it comes to the 76ers. The biggest thing is, y'all, we got some drama on the horizon, and it's not because of Ben Simmons, 2-5, whatever y'all calling him these days. It's Tobias Harris. Y'all, when I say we, I mean Sixers fans. Let me not say we, y'all, because y'all know I live in Atlanta. I'm not at these Sixers games. I'm not responsible. This is y'all. So last night, when Sixers played the Rockets busted, even with their players, busted. But Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood both did not play last night because of their beef with the coach. So the Rockets were extremely undermanned. The Sixers did what they had to do anyway, get in the win. But y'all, some drama started last night with Tobias Harris. And this is dangerous, y'all, because you guys know Philly fans, Sixers and Eagles, just Philly fans encompassed, we already get a bad rap. We already have a bad rap. Ben Simmons' attitude deserved the backlash that we gave him. I would say Carson Wentz's attitude deserves the backlash we gave him. Now, Tobias Harris's performance and his production has been bad, but Tobias usually has such a good attitude. I don't like seeing the way Sixers fans have been really treating Tobias. So basically, and Tobias is one of the good ones personality-wise. He's supposed to be like the glue, the leader in the locker room. I don't know if that's still the case, but definitely last season and before, Tobias is definitely like the guy that's like the leader, the activist. You know, he doing good guy, Tobias Harris. You know what I'm saying? But now, y'all, he is giving us attitude. So let's first talk about Tobias Harris. We know, if you just look at the stat sheet, of course you might think Tobias Harris is playing well. Tobias putting up, what, 16 to 18 points a night. He gets a decent amount of rebounds. But when you really look and watch the game, Tobias is not doing what he needs to do. First of all, what really pisses, I think, people off about Tobias is the pump fake. The pump fake. Are you Steph Curry? No, you can't be hitting people with the pump fake when you're shooting 0 of 3 from 3. Nobody is falling for Tobias's pump fakes, but he always be dribbling himself into these contested 2 situations. Like, he'll have an open 3, he'll have an open look, but he won't take it. That's just something he's been doing pretty much all season long. And instead of taking a catch and shoot 3 or a good look, he always dribbles himself into a contested 2 situation, which is a bad look. And when you look at his numbers, Tobias Harris has really fallen off the wagon. So like I said, he is averaging 18.7 rebounds and 3.8 assists. This does not include last night's game against the Rockets. So you're like, okay, he's a guy putting up about 18 points a night, but it's a very poorly efficient 18 points. Last season, Tobias Harris shot 39% from 3. This season, he's shooting 28%. That's an 11% drop on his 3-point shooting. He's supposed to be a stretch 4. That means stretching the floor. That means getting some spacing for Embiid. He's always putting Embiid in these terrible situations. Embiid is just a great player, so as y'all like to say, garbage into gold type of guy. But if it wasn't for a magician of Embiid, we wouldn't be winning these games because Tobias isn't helping. Like I said, 11% drop in his 3-point shooting. He's shooting a career low from 3. Also, of course, that's going to then in turn make his field goal percentage drop. So last season he was shooting 51% from the field. This season he's down to 44% from the field. And it's just, like I said, we're a team, especially since we were missing Danny Green for so long, we're a team that relies on spacing, especially with Joel Embiid. And Tobias was supposed to be a guy that was going to come in and help do that. And of course he is affected by, you know, Ben Simmons really had Tobias looking great last season because we know Ben Simmons would be dishing out the dimes and all that, and we don't have that same facilitator we had with Ben Simmons. But y'all, needless to say, last night Tobias shot was 0 from 3, 0 of 3 from 3 last night against the Rockets. Tobias got booed, y'all. He got booed. The Sixers fans booed Tobias, y'all. Tobias motion like this to the crowd, like get louder, boo louder. And what I don't like about that, first of all, we were in a close game with the Rockets. We pulled away at the end. First of all, a player is supposed to be so locked in, they're not even supposed to be hearing what's going on in the crowd. So the fact that Tobias, first of all, I've never played on an NBA level, obviously, or a level even close to the NBA level, but I did play sports. And when you're in the game, you're really not, the crowd is always tuned out, like, because you're in the game. Like, the crowd should be tuned out. So the fact that he's in the middle of the game is so, like, he is, like, focused on what's going on in the crowd. That's showing that he's not locked in on the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's a concern there. And then he stepped back. Like, him doing like this to the crowd, that's really him bucking at us. That's his version of booing the crowd. That's his version of bucking. You know when, like, you step at somebody and they step back like they want all the smoke? That's basically Tobias saying he want all the smoke. Yeah, y'all get loud. I can hear y'all. I hear that. Then later in the game, Tobias made a field goal and the crowd did a normal applause. It wasn't no whooping, like getting up on our feet. It was a normal, traditional after a bucket, you know, clap. And Tobias said, the camera zoomed in on Tobias. Tobias said, don't beep and clap. Don't beep and clap. And y'all know what I mean by beeping. Don't beep and clap. Okay? Tobias Harris, family man, good guy. Tobias getting real spicy with the Sixers fans, y'all. That's scary hours. So we all know we want Tobias gone. We know that. And it's extremely hard that we have to move Ben Simmons and then trying to move Tobias. It's just going to be double hard. But y'all, that's not good for Philly when we're trying to make trades. If we have another disgruntled player, that's bringing Tobias, just like we have the problem with Ben Simmons because he's disgruntled, that loses our leverage and when we're trying to make a trade. If Tobias becomes disgruntled with the Sixers fans, it's going to be even harder to trade Tobias because we're going to lose leverage. Teams are going to be like, oh, they're desperate to get rid of Tobias. Tobias doesn't want to be there. The other teams are going to have all the trade power. So chill on Tobias. And like I said, of course, fans boo. Like, you've been sucking. You're going to get booed. The fact that the fans booed is not what has me worried. What has me worried is Tobias getting rattled by the boos and Tobias getting rattled by the fans. You're supposed to just ignore the boos and keep moving. Whew, y'all. Whew. That's a lot to unpack. Because like I said, Tobias is like good guy Tobias Harris. Like, good guy Tobias Harris. Like, we know Joel Embiid is like, you know, Trowell, he's sassy. We know Ben is sassy. We know Danny Green has some lip. Danny Green is sassy. But Tobias and Matisse, they're supposed to be like the good boys, the smile and everything's all right. So the fact that Tobias is showing some sass, I don't like it. I don't like it. But let's move on to some stuff that I do like. So Joel Embiid won Eastern Conference Player of the Month for the month of December, and that's great because we need Joel Embiid in his Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? If the Sixers really want to make a push in the playoffs. Right now, we're number 6 in the Eastern Conference standings. But the every standing is really like, because of COVID and just all the changes to the rosters, we really don't know what the Sixers look like against fully healthy non-COVID teams. And that's the same for a lot of these teams. We really don't know, like, besides like the top teams, the Warriors, the Suns, the Nets, the Bucks, the other teams, we really don't know how we would look and how they look without the COVID ravaging the teams. So even though we're sitting at 6 right now, I really don't know how to assess like how this team would match up, how us fully healthy would match up with some of these other like mid-level teams fully healthy. So I don't really know what to say about being number 6, but hey, we're number 6 right now. But in the month of December, Joel Embiid averaged 29.2 points on 49.6% shooting. He averaged 11 rebounds and 3.9 assists, which is huge. We had that big upset over the Nets. The Nets had Kevin Durant and they had James Harden, but they did not have anybody to stop Joel Embiid, and LaMarcus Aldridge was not the guy. Joel dropped 34 points. He had 6 rebounds, 3 steals. Yes, Joel, 3 steals and a block in the win against the Nets. He went crazy. But not only that, TYRESE Maxeey, our 21-year-old Tyreese, growing up right before our eyes. Tyreese had 25 points. He was 5 of 8 from 3 in the Nets game. He had 7 rebounds and 3 assists. So guys, this really was the best game with Tyreese and Joel, because now Tyreese and Joel, that's our dynamic duo, and those two together were kind of struggling. You know, brand new point guard. They were really struggling, not really struggling, but they weren't fully clicked in the beginning of the season, which we would expect. Tyreese started for the first time with Joel Embiid, and it was really Ben and Joel, like the duo. But now Tyreese is stepping up, and Tyreese and Joel Embiid have to be a dynamic duo in order for this Sixers team as it looks right now, with no trade. Like, if this is our thing for the rest of the season, Tyreese and Joel have to make magic. And Tyreese and Joel both went off together in the game against the Nets. And Tyreese shooting so well in that game, of course, just made everything better for Joel Embiid and the whole team. So other than that, other news, Danny Green is back on the block. So Danny Green was out with COVID, we know, for a very long time. He came back and shook that G off last night against the Rockets. He was 2 of 3 from deep last night. And before he went out with COVID, he's been battling the COVID-19 protocols for a long time. He was shooting 37.4% from deep. So I know you guys aren't fully sold on Danny Green. He is hot and cold a lot, but he was doing well for us in the beginning of the season. We sure enough missed the spacing without Danny Green. So the Green Ranger is back. Other than that, really, lastly, Isaiah Joe dropped a season high 18 points last night. Isaiah Joe shot 5 of 8 from 3 coming off the bench. So he was a huge part of our win last night. And if he can stay hot and keep doing that, especially in this time of COVID where every guy has to step up, if Isaiah Joe can keep stepping up. Dan Burke believed in him. He got a lot of minutes from the get-go. So Dan Burke has been playing Isaiah Joe. That's something that I think fans really want Doc Rivers to continue, is the play of Isaiah Joe, ISO Joe. But y'all, that's pretty much all I got for today. Like I said, it's good to have Danny back. Joel Embiid is looking back at his peak right now. Eastern Conference Player of the Month. And then also TYRESE Maxeey hitting his stride, especially from deep. And then also, y'all, at these games and stuff, chill on Tobias, because we can't have somebody else pissed off and disgruntled. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. But y'all, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, keep up with me. Also, make sure you check out my links down below. Buy me that coffee, shop me for Symone with the SIXERS merch collection, and turn your notification bells on. And until I talk to you guys next time, bye!